Democrats. Oh, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. All right, okay. So listen, in 2020, the clock is ticking on me. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, thank you. That's good. We're good now. Thank you, guys. All right. So with enthusiasm, we know that there's a lot at stake in 2020, and we got a fight before us. There's a big fight. I believe in 2020, the fight before us is a fight for America's identity. This is a fight for our system of justice. This is a fight for the rule of law. This is a fight for our democracy. And this is a fight to end that national nightmare called Donald Trump. So we know we're in a fight. We know we're in a fight. And we know how to fight. Nevadans always know how to fight. So the question then becomes, how are we going to win? So to win, here's what I say. To win, we will need to have the ability and fight with the future in mind. Because we know yesterday will not solve the problems of tomorrow. We need to be focused on the future to win. We are going to have to fight against those powerful forces that have been trying to sow hate and division among us. And to win, we are going to have to fight knowing that within the beautiful diversity of who we are as a nation, the vast majority of us have so much more in common than what separates us. To win, we are going to need someone who is our nominee, who can stand on that debate stage and go toe-to-toe against Donald Trump. And Nevada, you're looking at her. So justice is on the ballot. And I will tell you, in my career, I have always fought for the people. I started out my career, and throughout my life, I've only had one client, the people. I have never represented a corporation. I have never represented a special interest. I started out my career standing in a courtroom saying 5 words, Kamala Harris for the people. And when I spoke those words, for the people, those words really, that phrase captures our system of democracy and our system of justice. Because for the people means that a harm against any one of us is a harm against all of us. And that no one should ever be made to fight alone. For the people means all the people, regardless of race, regardless of gender, regardless of the party with which they're registered to vote, regardless of where they live geographically, and regardless of the language their grandmother speaks. It means all the people. And in my career of fighting in the name of the people, I fought for mostly women and children who had been the victims of horrible crimes, saying that they should receive justice through a voice of strength that protects their right to be safe without judgment. For the people, when I was the elected district attorney of San Francisco, meant taking on the failed war on drugs and putting in place a national model of what we needed to do to give jobs to people who had been arrested for drugs. For the people, when I was the Attorney General of California, representing the second largest Department of Justice in the United States, meant taking on the 5 big banks of the United States who had been engaged in predatory lending practices here in Nevada, in California, working with Catherine Cortez Masto to say, no, we will take you on and you cannot get away with taking advantage of our families, and there will be consequence. For the people, as a United States Senator has meant taking on Jeff Sessions, Bill Barr, and Brett Kavanaugh. And for the people of Nevada, I stand before you fully prepared to get and take on Donald Trump and help him out of office in 2020. So justice is on the ballot. Justice is on the ballot in 2020, and that's why I'm running. When in any state in our country there is a father at midnight who's going to be sitting at his kitchen table after everyone has gone to sleep, working 2 jobs, trying to figure out how to make it through the end of the month, knowing he's paying more taxes than the 400 richest families in America, economic justice is on the ballot in 2020. So I will put in place the largest middle-class tax cut we have had in generations. And people want to know how you're going to pay for it? That's easy. On day one, we're going to repeal that tax bill benefiting the top 1% and the biggest corporations of America. When in America, there is a mother who calls 911 because her child has a fever that's out of control. She has to go to the emergency room. She's looking at those sliding glass doors, afraid to walk in because even though she has insurance, she'll be out of pocket a $1,000 to $4,000 deductible. Healthcare justice is on the ballot in 2020. So I'm running for president to put in place a Medicare for all plan, not for some, but for all. And I'm prepared to give you the choice. You want a choice between a private plan or a public plan? I will give that to you because I understand I should not be in the business of telling you what to do with one of the most personal decisions that could impact your life. When in America, teachers are working 2 and 3 jobs trying to get through the end of the month, education justice is on the ballot. I'm running for president to put in place the first in our nation's history federal investment in closing the teacher pay gap. And here's a word for Betsy DeVos. Teachers don't need a gun, they need a raise. When in America, babies have been put in cages and children separated from their parents at the border in the name of border security, when in fact what it is a human rights abuse. Justice for immigrants is on the ballot. And as a daughter of a mother who arrived in this country by herself when she was 19 years old, I am clear that immigrants have helped make America great. And somebody needs to remind Donald Trump that some of his closest relatives are immigrants too. When in Nevada, there are babies with the highest rates of asthma who can barely breathe, environmental justice is on the ballot. So we'll take on the big oil companies, as I've done before, because we know they have profited from polluting our air, and it's about time we say you either pay a fine or you get charged with a crime. And Nevada, justice is on the ballot when we have a criminal living in the White House. And I'm running for president to say that nobody is above the law, including the President of the United States. So here's the bottom line. I truly believe in my heart, I truly believe that when we overcome these various injustices, I do believe that is the moment when we have the ability to unlock the promise of America and the potential of the American people. And that is the America I see. That is the America I believe in. And that is why I am running for president. And I hope to earn and have your support, Nevada. Thank you very much. Thank you.